whatever you do that makes you happy, that's what you need to pursue at all times. Welcome back, guys. This is that So Stosh vlog number 3. We learning Spanish. That's number 3. If you guys don't know, none of my native Spanish speakers out there. Thank you all for tuning in to our first 2 videos, man. You guys are the MVP. We just hit 200 views on our first video. Thank you. We're gonna try to link that right here. Probably not. Anywho.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate everything. We appreciate likes, comments, shares, feedback especially. Like all the feedback. We really appreciate everything. So thank you guys so much.
Even on top of the feedback, the ideas and everything you guys have been giving us, the topics, the different things you want us to discuss. Mad people been hitting us up for those each of videos. It's coming. In due time. Trust me, it's coming. They're gonna be dope too. So today's episode is all going to be about taking a leap of faith, and as you guys see, we got on our black merch. Tell me about black, Stacey.
Alright, so black is an acronym. It stands for building a lasting kind, and what we're all about is building a legacy. So we want to actually know a little bit about how you guys are building your legacy, so drop a comment below and tell us how.
We're going to give you a few tips and advice on how we begin to build our own legacy. And we're going to tie in our stories about how she quit her job
and how he dropped out of college.
We just want people to take whatever they possibly can out of this story. We like to keep things straight, simple, and to the point. And again, this is not concrete. This is just our story. You take whatever you need from this video. So, Stacey, tell us, what's the first thing we're going to talk about? What's the first thing we're going to talk about?
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is being happy. Whether it's a job, it's college, it's their health, it's their relationship, anything. We just want people to be happy. To give you guys a little bit of backstory. So I went to Stony Brook University. I went for 5 years because I couldn't make up my mind about what I wanted to do with my life. Because when I went into school, I did what my parents told me to do. So my parents told me, you know, you need to be a doctor or lawyer. And you listen to your parents and you respect them and stuff. But when I got there, I was like, this really isn't for me. I was taking these business classes that I had to take because I wanted to open up my own firm. But business doesn't teach you how to run a business. It teaches you how to work for a business. Like, that's the main thing that I learned. What I didn't like about the business, the math part, because I'm horrible at math, that brought my GPA down, and it really ruined my college career because my GPA got down so low, I got kicked out. I had to work my behind off just to get back in, and once I got back in, I decided, you know what, I can get into this major because it's the only major that's going to take my GPA, so I took healthcare informatics. It's building databases for hospitals and stuff like that. And that's not something that I really saw myself doing for the rest of my life, but I saw it as stable. I saw it as one of those things that, okay, it's gonna make me a lot of money. Like, I was looking at when you graduate, you can make 6 figures coming out of college, so I was like, this is something I want to do.
I feel like a lot of people, they look at like the money aspect of it. And money, no amount of money will ever make you happy. That's what we tell to these kids in the high schools. No amount of money will ever make you happy. So always go after your passion. You still got a job in that career, right?
Yeah. So after I graduated, I ended up like applying to a lot of places, like over 200 places. I remember I would count the amount of applications I was sending out, and everybody got back to me with, you need 5 years of experience. And I was just confused because I just graduated and this is an entry-level job. Where am I going to get 5 years of experience from? So what I ended up doing was just getting an entry-level like registration job at a hospital. I thought that I was going to network my way up to the top and I was going to love it. I was going to make that 6 figures that I always wanted, that I was dreaming about in college. Every time I was going to work, I just felt like this is like less and less for me. Like, I thought about my life sitting behind a computer for the rest of my life, and I didn't want that. So that's like when I first decided to like change my life and change the trajectory of it. Like, one day I needed to do a flyer for somebody, like a graphics design. So I got on my computer, well no, not my computer, I didn't have Photoshop at the time. So I got on my phone and I actually made a flyer and it looked really good. So then people were asking me to make flyers like left and right, like random people, and I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed creating stuff. So I actually like picked that up as like a side hustle while I was at work. And every day I would come home, like I would work from the time I got home, which was like 5 o'clock, all the way till like 2 a.m. and just do like graphics. And it was like my passion. I felt really passionate about it. I was happy, I was creating, like people were like proud of me and all this stuff, and like I really liked it. So after that, I really just had to like plan on how I was gonna, you know, make my escape.
Yeah, and it's like the thing that she's talking about right now is happiness, and I feel like happiness is the key. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a 9 to 5 or if you're an entrepreneur. Like, whatever you do that makes you happy, that's what you need to pursue at all times. I could go back to my college experience. Boy, do I have a college experience. So high school, I'm going to go through it real quick. High school, graduated, didn't have the best grades, so I had to go to a school that I didn't really want to go to because I wanted to go away. But in that first year at college, I worked my behind off like crazy. I was able to maintain a 4.0 average. I was in like 8 to 10 clubs. It was crazy. I was like an all-star college kid. And then I dropped out. After like that first year, I transferred to the away school that I thought was like the school of my dreams. It turns out that it wasn't really for me. And it all came down to this one class. Chinese politics, man. Like, if the professor's watching this, thank you so much, man. Like, you destroyed my whole college career, but you made my life like joyous. Like, I thank you for this. As I was getting there on time, I was participating, all that. I was the annoying kid that you hated. I got my progress report, and this dude gave me a 9 out of 10 for participation, bruh. So, yo, stop laughing. It's not funny. How you gonna give me a 9 out of 10? Like, I know I'm going hard right now. So I approached him nicely. I'm a nice person. So I was like, hello, Mr. I forgot his name. Hello, Mr. Chinese politics teacher. Can you explain why I got a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10? Because obviously you see I'm going hard. I see I'm going hard. You know I'm going hard. We both know I'm going hard. So what's up? So he was like, nobody could be perfect. And I'm like, no. According to your syllabus, you can be perfect if you do X, Y, and Z. And I did X, Y, and Z, so what's up? So he was like, well, I just felt like I didn't want to give you the perfect score. And I honestly took offense to that. It was like, this was a breaking point in my life because I've been acing all my classes, and this is what I thought life was about, just getting good grades. But I quickly realized, like, I don't like when somebody else tries to determine my future. Like, I don't like when it's not on my shoulders. I don't determine my own success. I hated that feeling that he can change my grade just because he didn't feel like giving me a good grade. And I did everything I possibly could to deserve that grade. From that point on, this thing got way... Yo, I'm tight right now. This thing got way to the Chinese politics, what do you call those joints? Like the board? The chairperson. So whoever's the highest person in college, we got way up to the board. And eventually I don't even remember if he ended up changing my score, but I know at that point I was like, yo, I'm done with college. I'm gonna determine my own success, and I'm gonna do everything I can outside of this environment to make sure that, you know, I'm successful. So yeah, so I just finished and I realized, I was like, yo, that has nothing to do with being happy. But to tie it back in, after that point, like, I stayed in college for an extra year after that, but I just hated being there. I thought everything I was doing outside of school, cause I started my business at that time, I was impacting people, doing community events, all this good stuff. That's what really was making me happy. So that's why I decided to like stop going to school and pursue my passion, because that's what truly made me happy. Yeah, that's my story. The first thing is always be happy. The second thing is planning, because you can't just want to stop. You can't just want to quit your job and not have a plan, and you especially can't drop out of school and then just go home and just play video games all day. Like that's not cool and it's not smart.
So planning, I think, is the next best thing.
Stacey, what I tell you about keep dropping the camera, man? Like, what are you doing? Like, y'all see us? Alright. Yeah, so we thought the video was a little bit too long.
Just a little bit.
So we gonna cut it and we gonna give y'all part 2 some other time. Peace.
We felt like it was necessary to tell us.
Tell us a story. Yeah,
we're not telling us anything.
You tell us. Tell us your story. That's what we want to know. Okay. Comment below.
Topic is taking a leap of faith.
I'm going to talk about how she dropped out of college.
And how he... Are you serious?
Oh, did I press play? I press play.
No, that's not what I want to say.
Get the dead face.
I know, I don't. I try, because sometimes I smile, but then like sometimes I'm like, wait, it's so awkward.
Football team for like 2 weeks. It was the best 2 weeks of my life. It was crazy. I was killing it. I'm lying. I sat on the bench the whole time.
My face hurts so much. I can't smile anymore.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Well, a good place to start at.
I'm just looking at you.